Welcome, I'm Brendan Christian, Director at Christian the Law Firm, and in this clip, we're looking at oral contracts. The first important point to note is that an oral contract is perfectly valid and it is legally enforceable. It's binding in law. That said, is it advisable to always reduce contracts to writing? Yes, absolutely. Written contracts form accurate records of the agreement that was reached inter partes, that is, between the parties. So while oral contracts are perfectly binding, perfectly valid, and perfectly legally enforceable, written contracts are always the safer option. The other important point to note is that with respect to oral contracts, they are, to a large extent, concluded orally, coming from the Latin ora, ora spelled O-R-A, and ora in Latin refers to the mouth, i.e. spoken, whereas verbal comes from the Latin verbis, V-E-R-B-I-S, and the word verbis in Latin simply means word. So naturally the word could be written or it could be spoken, which is why you hardly ever hear a lawyer saying a verbal agreement, because that doesn't really say much. A verbal agreement. So was it a written agreement or was it a spoken agreement? We talk of oral agreements or we talk of written contracts. So with that in mind, oral agreements are perfectly valid, legally binding and enforceable. But please note, always reduce your contracts to writing. I'm Brendan Christian, Director at Christian the Law Firm. Thank you very much.